Recreational marijuana use, cannabis use actually, becomes legal in Canada in just over 2 weeks, a change that has many inexperienced users and first-timers considering sparking up. But there's a lot you should think about before dabbling. Here to help you make an informed decision is Lorilynn McCorrister, the co-founder and CMO of Weedbox, a wellness-focused cannabis brand and online supplier of medical marijuana. Thank you very much, Lorilynn, for joining us today. Lots of questions. We're starting to see some answers now, but the first one, of course, access. What are we going to be able to get, where and when come October 17th?
Right. So in Ontario specifically, on October 17th, you will only be able to buy it online from the OCS, the Ontario Cannabis Store. They do have plans for retail shops, private and regulated retail shops, but that's at least not until April 1st, 2019. So as of now, or as of October 17th, the only place to buy it will be online from the OCS.
So some patience with that. And there's lots of things to learn about this. I mean, even I think casual smokers didn't think about it before, but like THC, CBD, all these names and acronyms that are showing up.
Yeah,
now, let's talk about those two a little bit.
Yeah, so THC and CBD are two of the most common cannabinoids found in cannabis. So just to give you a little background, cannabinoids are chemical compounds bind to receptors in your brain and your body and produce different effects. So basically our body has an endocannabinoid system already, so it's basically built to kind of uptake cannabis, which is great. THC is probably what people think of when they think of cannabis. It's the psychoactive component, so that's what makes you feel stoned or high. It primarily binds to receptors in your brain and in your body, producing things like increased appetite or the munchies, drowsiness, pain relief, euphoria, like laughing, talking, everything like that. And then on the other hand, there's CBD, which doesn't affect your brain. It's not psychoactive. It's typically been used medically a lot, especially when you have it in a pure form. It helps with inflammation in the body. It helps with pain management. It helps with anxiety. So a lot of people use it for chronic conditions like arthritis, things like that. So that's important to look at when you're looking at your strains. Is after legalization, you will be able to see the different content, the THC and the CBD content in your strains, and that's what's going to dictate kind of how it's going to make you feel. So,
and for the people who are using it or want to try it, it's going to be a learning experience as to the balance between the two, what you prefer, right? And because they can vary that between the two things, can they not? Exactly,
and just like anything, it's going to affect everyone different. So the same strain that affects your friend a certain way that they love, it might affect you totally different. We all have different body chemistry. So that's super important. I think if you're new to cannabis, you're coming back to it, to start very slow. Experiment. We talk about keeping a consumption journal, so writing down the different strains you're using, the time of day, what you had in your stomach, anything like that, and how it made you feel. Definitely start slow to kind of figure out where your comfort zone lies. I think that's very important.
All right, let's talk about the plants, Sativa and Indica, right?
Yes.
What's the difference between the two, aside from the style?
Exactly, yeah. So basically that's how people have long classified how strains will make you feel, Indica and Sativa. In reality, those are the two different kinds of cannabis plants. So sativa plants grow tall, long, they have long, narrow leaves. Those are typically found to be uplifting, cerebral strains, stuff that gives you focus, creativity. People use it in social situations. Then there's indica. Those plants are short, fat, they have short, wide, dark leaves. And those are typically more of the body high, the relaxing, the kind of chill on your couch. Obviously, they affect everyone differently. Again, it's going to depend on your body chemistry. And then you have hybrids, which are obviously just a mix of the two. They will be more dominant in either indica and sativa, though.
And are there strains within indica and sativa, like different types of plants?
No.
Or is it all essentially those two and that's it?
Yeah, so those are the two different kinds of plants, the indica plant and the sativa plant. But there's a lot of different things, again, that tell how a strain is going to make you feel. CBD content, THC content, there's also terpenes, which also bind to receptors in your brain, just like CBD and THC. And those are fragrant oils. They actually give your cannabis a certain smell. They're found in foods and herbs and stuff like that as well. But I think those dictate a lot more how it's going to make you feel than just a different plant type.
Okay, one last quick question before we go. Options on how to do it, smoking, vaping, oils in foods?
Yeah, so obviously there's health risks that come with smoking. Just like smoking anything, you're getting carcinogens, there's coughing, irritation, stuff like that. It's also less discreet. That's probably what people are typically used to, smoking a joint, using a pipe, using a bong. Vaping is, I think, going to become a very big thing. You can buy dry herb vapes. You just fill with your dry flower that you can buy from the OCS. And that's obviously more discreet. There's less of an odor. You're just heating it to the point before burning. So you're not going to be inhaling as many carcinogens as you would with smoking a joint or something like that. And then there's also tinctures and oils. Those will be available as well. Those are a very pure form of cannabis. You extract the cannabinoids from with alcohol, burn the alcohol off, very pure. Typically sublingually you take it, and it's very easy to do a precise dose.
Typically what?
Sublingually, so just under your tongue.
Under your tongue, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It hits the bloodstream right away. It's very potent,
Yep.
But people do prefer that because it's very precise. You can dose, you can start out small, kind of, again, see where your sweet spot lies, your comfort zone.
I got to cut you off there, but there's a lot we could talk about it, but we appreciate you coming in and talking about it. Thank you very much. Again, recreational marijuana becomes legal in Canada on October 17th. Keep it on BT. For all you need to know as the day approaches, we have lots more coming up after the break.